Hello and welcome to my dermatoscope reviews. This is the Casio D100 derma camera, and for today I'm just showing you the equipment. To learn how to use it in more detail and how to interpret what you see, please come along to one of our dermoscopy teaching events, which you can access through the PCDS website at pcds.org.uk. So this is the Casio D100 derma camera. As you can see, this is a camera with an integrated dermatoscope. So you can't use it with the naked eye, you have to look at the screen. It's a comfortable camera to hold and it feels well balanced. I'll just take the end plate, just take the cover off, put that to one side so you can see what it looks like. There we go. And this is the on-off switch just here. Let's turn it on. Now, it has several different modes. So normal mode is the mode that you would use to take your clinical pictures. And this button here lets you switch between modes. The two modes you're most likely to be using are normal for the clinical photos and the next one along, which is dermo continuous for the dermoscopy photos. Now, to use it for dermoscopy, you need to use some contact fluid. So you'll need to put some contact fluid onto the end plate, like so. A little bit like that. Okay. Bit of contact fluid on the end plate, the flat end of the camera, and then place it in contact with the skin over the lesion that you're photographing. Hopefully you can see that. You can zoom in using the zoom buttons. So zoom in a bit. And then I'm going to press this silver button halfway down to focus it, and then all the way down to take the pictures. And you can see that it's taken 3 pictures. So I've got a polarized, a non-polarized, and a dermoscopy picture. And if I want to have a quick look at them, I can just tap like that to see them. And with the touch screen, I can just scroll between the pictures I've taken. That's the ultraviolet picture. Now, after taking the picture, you then need to clear away any remaining contact fluid, wipe it with some alcohol or an alcohol swab to get rid of any remaining fluid, and then just give it a clean with a lint-free cloth to remove any residue. And it's as simple as that. So we've got our 3 pictures there. The other things to just point out to you are that if you have bleeding lesions or lesions on mucous membranes, you're not particularly going to want to put that in contact with them. And that's where these come in. These are the disposable covers for the end of the coat of the camera. And so you pop them on like that, press firmly, and then this little blue film peels off. And there we have the cover on. So this is a disposable cover. When you finish, you put contact fluid on there and do exactly as I've just done. And when you finish, you can peel it off like that and dispose of it afterwards. So that's for bleeding lesions or lesions on mucous membranes. If you're needing to look at lesions in inaccessible places, for example, between the fingers or between the toes, this piece of kit, this small contact plate, is used. Now this has a glass end. If I can make it, there we go. Glass end on it, glinting away. And so you still use contact fluid with this. And it will just clip on like that. And then when you turn the scope on and put it into the dermo continuous mode, if you just try to use it like this, you will find it won't focus. In order for it to focus through here, you need to press these 4 little buttons here, and then at the bottom there's one that says 6mm. Let me just try that again. There we go. And then it goes green. And when it goes green, it means it's set to focus through the end of that, and you can then pop it onto a lesion, like so. Zoom in as much as you want to. Like that, and then press it halfway down and then all the way down to take the 3 pictures as before. To take this off, you squeeze these little bits on either side and it just comes off very easily like that. There's another very clever little bit of kit here, and that's this one. This doesn't have a glass end plate on it, as you can see. And if you put that onto the lens of the camera, this lets you take photos of raised lesions where you can focus at multiple levels on the lesion. So to use this one, the mode that you need to have it in is the Dermo autofocus. So let's find, there we go, Dermo autofocus. There's the mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of the side of my watch and use that as a raised lesion. And what you'll find is that for an ordinary camera, if you're taking a picture of a raised lesion, it will only focus on quite a small area of it, and the rest will be out of focus. What this does, if you take the picture, is it takes the picture and then it says busy, please wait. And what it's doing there is it's putting multiple pictures together so that you've got it focused at multiple levels throughout the raised lesion. Now that's hugely helpful with raised lesions because it avoids the problem which normally you would just take a photo coming in from the side of the lesion. This actually lets you have the scope on top and you can have the photo focused on the edge of the lesion with a much deeper field of focus for a macro picture. It's very clever. Now, so long as you don't forget the contact fluid and you clean it off after each use to remove any residue, this is an excellent piece of kit. The resolution on the camera is very impressive indeed. And once you know the basic settings, it's very simple to use. Polarization-specific white structures may not show up quite as brightly as they do on some of the handheld scopes, but they can still be seen. To upload the pictures to your computer, you need to download the Image Viewer app, and the photos are easily transferred by Wi-Fi to the computer. It has ports on the side for HDMI and micro USB as well, if necessary, for the data transfer, but you can't charge through the micro USB. The charging is through an adapter, which is this final one here, and that's how the adapter plugs in to charge it. The main advantage of the Casio is that the photos are of such good quality and at very high resolution. You don't then have the issues that you might have with some phone cameras being better than others, or with finding an adapter to connect your phone, or with needing to use a secure app on your phone to take the photos with. You do need to know how to use it though, so that you always use contact fluid and you have it on the correct setting. But the touch screen and the buttons are very simple and easy to use. And as I say, the quality of the photos is very impressive. So this was the Casio D100 Derma camera. And for today, I've just been showing you the equipment, but to learn how to use it in more detail and how to interpret what you see, please come along to one of our dermoscopy teaching events, which you can access through the PCDS website, pcds.org.uk. Hope to see some of you there.